Today we're going to be breaking down something that confuses a lot of people. What's the difference between a supervised and an unsupervised probate? And if you recently filed a petition for probate or have recently been selected as the personal representative, you'll want to know the pros and cons of each. So let's jump in. Hi, I'm Dan Wheeler, CEO of All Things Probate DC, your one-stop shop for all your probate real estate needs. I help families, executors, and personal representatives navigate the probate process smoothly, efficiently, and with care. Whether you need help understanding timelines, marketing the property, or maximizing its value, All Things Probate DC is your one-stop shop, here to provide you with the expertise and support that you need to make this process less stressful and to give you the best possible outcome. If you've recently been selected as the personal representative or just filed a petition for probate, you're about to be pulled in a bunch of different directions. First, let's start with the unsupervised probate, which is the most common here in Washington, DC. With an unsupervised probate, the court appoints you as the personal representative. But after that, you have the freedom to mostly manage the estate on your own. Yes, you'll still have to file reports like the inventory of assets and accounting, but you don't need the judge's permission every time you make a move. So here are the pros of an unsupervised probate. 1, it's faster. You're not waiting on the court to sign off on every little thing. 2, an unsupervised probate is cheaper. Fewer court hearings mean lower attorney fees and costs. 3, flexibility. With an unsupervised probate, you can move at your own pace as long as you're meeting all your deadlines. If the family agrees and everybody's on board and there's not a bunch of fighting, it makes things a lot smoother. Now here's some of the cons of an unsupervised probate. 1, it is more responsibility. In an unsupervised probate, everything falls on you. It's up to you to make sure that everything is done the right way. The second con of an unsupervised probate is that you have less protection. If by chance a family member accuses you of mishandling things, you don't really have much of a court record to back you up. With an unsupervised probate, complex estates can get kind of messy. If there are a lot of debts, assets, or conflicts, this route can feel overwhelming. Unsupervised probate is usually best when the estate is pretty straightforward, everybody gets along, and they all trust that you'll do the job. Now, let's talk about supervised probate. Supervised probate is when the court keeps a closer eye on the estate. You, as the personal representative, need the court's approval before you do big things like selling the house, paying off certain debts, or distributing money and property to heirs. Here are some of the pros of a supervised probate. Built-in protection. Every major move is approved by a judge, which makes it harder for anyone to accuse you of any wrongdoing. Good for conflict. If family members don't trust each other, or if someone is likely to challenge decisions, supervision adds on an extra layer of fairness. And the third pro of a supervised probate is it's really good for complex estates. If there are unusual assets, tax issues, or big debts, the court's oversight can help keep things cleaner. Some of the cons of a supervised probate. 1, it's slower. With a supervised probate, you will have to wait for the court approval, which can drag out the timeline. A supervised probate is more expensive. More court involvement usually means higher attorney fees and higher costs. And third, you have less flexibility. With a supervised probate, you can't just make a decision and move forward. Everything takes an extra step. Supervised probate is the right fit when there's family drama, lack of trust, or complications that could use a judge's oversight. So here's the big picture. An unsupervised probate means more freedom, lower costs, and a quicker timeline, but it also comes with a lot of responsibility. An unsupervised probate is much slower, a bit more expensive, but it protects you and keeps everything clear when people don't agree. Now, whether you choose to do supervised or unsupervised probate, both processes have rules, deadlines, and paperwork. The key difference is how much the court is involved on the day-to-day process. If you're stepping into this role, don't panic. Just figure out which type of probate your case is in, weigh the pros and the cons, and plan accordingly. Understanding the probate process is the first step in making informed decisions during a difficult time. But what really happens to a home when a person passes away? Well, if there's a will, things can be pretty straightforward. But what happens if there isn't a will? If you're dealing with property in Washington, DC, knowing this process can save you time, energy, and a lot of stress. I just did a video explaining how the probate process works with a will and without a will. And if you want to watch that video, click right here because it's coming up right now.